Good afternoon.
Good morning, ma'am. Sorry.
Good afternoon, बच्चे.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Wish you all a very happy new year. Okay, meanwhile, the other students are joining us. Okay. So, how was your winter break? Children, please open your books on page number 139. Today we'll be starting a very interesting story. And after the class, I'll be sharing a link with you. And you can see the video of the story also.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Let me see if I can.
What we are doing?
We'll be reading new story today, the story of Ali Kojia, and it's on page number 139 in your books.
Excuse
Yes, yes, bache.
Mama,
Betu, you're not audible. You're not audible properly.
not come on Friday and Saturday, then holiday.
Let's see if you can see this story. I'm trying to open that page. Are you able to see this? Children, are you able to see this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wait. I am trying to optimize it. Wait. So once we'll do that, then. So the story that we are going to read today, it's a video form of the same story. Okay. Are you able to hear?
Long time ago, there lived a merchant in Baghdad. The merchant had a friend named Koja Ali, who 7 years ago left a jar of olives with him and asked to keep it safe. But one day, when the merchant's wife wished to have some olives, he remembered about the jar of olives left by Koja Ali. He decided to eat the olives from that jar. His wife warned him not to break his friend's trust by doing so, but he didn't listen to her. When the merchant opened the jar, he found the olives were rotten, but hoped that the olives at the bottom may still be good. And so he started shaking the jar, and then he was surprised to see many gold coins falling from the jar. The sight of the gold coins made him greedy. He collected all the gold coins and put into his pouch. Next day, he bought some fresh olives and put into the jar so that except Koja Ali, no one will know it has ever been touched. 1 month later, Koja Ali returned to Baghdad. He went to his merchant friend and took his jar back. But he was shocked when he couldn't find his 1,000 gold coins. Koja Ali again went to the merchant and asked him about the gold coins which were in the jar. The merchant said he never touched the jar and so he didn't know about any gold coins. At this, Koja Ali became furious. He then took the merchant to the Qazi and said everything what had happened with him. But the merchant swears before the Qazi that he did not know there were gold in the jar and so he couldn't have taken it. As there wasn't any proof against the merchant, the Qazi dismissed him. Next day, Koja Ali presented a petition to Caliph, an officer whose duty was to collect such things. Caliph read all the petitions carefully. He then promised that he will hear to Koja Ali the next day. That evening, Caliph and his chief advisor went to a walk through a narrow street of Baghdad in the hope that they might get some information regarding the case of Koja Ali. Both were disguised as merchants so that people do not recognize them. Suddenly, they saw some children playing. They stopped to watch them and sat on a bench unseen by the children. "Let us pretend that we are having a trial," said the first child. All the other children agreed, clapping their hands. Then Alif was chosen to be the Qazi, and the first child himself became the court officer. Firat pretended to be Koja Ali and Jane to be the merchant, and then their play began. "Officer, bring in the accused and his accuser," ordered the boy Qazi. The officer presented the merchant and Koja Ali before the Qazi. At first, the Qazi heard the whole story from both of them. But before proceeding, he wanted to see the jar of olives. So the boy Koja Ali pretended to bring the jar and offered it to Qazi, saying it was the same jar that he had given to the merchant. The boy Qazi then peeped into it and pretended to eat an olive. He found the olive to be fresh and said that he could not believe these olives would keep so good for 7 years. The Qazi immediately ordered the court officer to bring some olive merchants so that he could hear their opinion. 2 children came forward as olive merchants. When they were asked how long olives could remain fresh to be eaten, they said a maximum of 3 years. When asked about the olives inside the jar, they said it belonged to the present year only. Hence, the merchant was proved to be the villain. He was asked to return the 1,000 gold coins to Koja Ali and then taken to the prison. At last, all the children seized the merchant and ran, laughing and shouting. Watching this play of the children, Caliph said, "The child Qazi has shown me what will be a just trial." The chief advisor too advised Caliph to handle the case as these children played it. And the next day, Caliph did the same. The merchant was put into prison as he was found guilty, and Khoja Ali got back his 1,000 gold coins. At the end, Caliph gifted a purse of gold to the boy Qazi and told him that it is a token of admiration of his wisdom and justice.
Okay, children. So you have understood the entire story only? Just a second, bache. Just a second. How was the story? Next time I'll do it on a full screen. Yes, children. Did you understand the story?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll share the same link in the class group also. So once your class is over, you can see the same story again. It'll be easy for you to understand the story. Okay. So now let's give it a quick read, but we need characters to play. We need, okay, there is one character, merchant and merchant's wife. Right now we have only two characters. Then we'll keep on adding the characters. So who will play the merchant? Okay, Saransh will be the merchant. And who will be the merchant's wife? You have to just pretend. Huh? The boys are smiling. Ayush, Samatakyani. Who will read the lines for the merchant's wife? Okay, Samar will be reading the lines for the merchant's wife. The lines of the merchant will, Saransh will read those lines, and the lines of the merchant's wife, Samar Takyani will read those lines. Okay, let's start. The merchant and his wife were at supper. Supper means the snacks that you have at the evening.
Why? Our neighborhoods bought some fine olives today. It has been a long time since
Olives.
we have had olives. I am quite hungry for them.
Beta, olives,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
all. It is not olives. It is olives.
Olives. I am quite hungry for them.
Now you speak of olives, you put me in mind of the jar which Ali Koja left with me.
Okay, Saransh, your voice is not audible. Speak little louder. Yes. Saransh, your voice is not audible. Speak little louder.
Return to its owner.
Okay, ma'am.
Return to its owner.
Be
There is a jar waiting to be returned to its owner.
Merchant, gently, we must be dead since he has not returned it in all this time. Give me a plate, I will open the jar, and if the olives are good, we will eat them.
Pray, husband, do not commit so base an action. You know nothing is more scared than what is left to one's care and trust.
okay,
Merchant.
wait. Bacha, it is not scared, it is sacred. Okay. So now, when the wife was feeling hungry, and merchant told that we already have olives with us, why not we open it and take? But the wife is warning him that, there is nothing bad than breaking somebody's promise and trust. So we should not do this because it's a form of cheating. Yes, continue.
Merchant, but I am certain that Ali Koja will never return.
And I have a strong feeling that he will what will he think of your honor if he finds the jar has been opened?
Okay, now let's change. Let's change. Saransh, wait. Now Ayush will be the merchant and Ritvik will read the lines of the wife. Ritvik. Rohit. Arjun. Pranjal. Aradhya. Avni. Okay, nobody is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's there? Pranjal, where were you?
Ma'am, I'm here only.
Okay, okay, Avni, wait. Pranjal, unmute yourself, Pranjal.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ayush, unmute yourself. Ayush, you will be reading the
Yes,
lines
ma'am.
of the merchant. Pranjal, you will be reading the lines of the wife on page number 141. Continue, Ayush.
Okay, ma'am.
Purely.
Surely a jar of olives is not to be guarded so carefully year after. That is all courage affairs, not hours waste. The ovaries can't be good after all this time.
Okay, Pranjal, you will read this line again.
Merchant.
And wait, Ayush.
I mean
And Ayush,
to
wait, bacha.
have a taste
Ayush,
of
wait.
them
Ayush,
at
wait.
least. Why?
Pranjal, wait. Pranjal, you will be reading the line again. Please pay attention to the pronunciation of the words. That is Ali Khojia's affair, not ours. Besides, the olives can't be good after all this time. So it is Ali Khojia's affairs. Besides, olives. Okay? Pay attention to the pronunciation. Say the same line again now. Pranjal.
That is all courage affairs,
Ali
not
Khojia's.
ovaries. Which the ovaries cannot be good. Ali Kochias, not aquarius. Raised the ovaries cannot be good after all this
Besides.
time.
Say besides. Besides.
Besides,
Olives.
besides,
And then it is olives. Olives.
olives,
Yes. Now read the line.
olives.
Yes.
I mean to have the taste of them, at least. You are betraying the trust of your friend. I will not remain to witness it.
She leaves the room. The merchant crosses and takes the cover from the jar. Merchant. Ayush. It's your line.
My wife was right. The olives are covered with mold, but those are bottom may still be good.
Are covered with mold means the olives have been spoiled in so many years. That's a fungus. Mold is a kind of a
Are
fungus.
covered with
Okay.
mold.
So he turns the jar up and shakes out the olives. Several gold pieces fall out.
What is this? Gold pieces. As I live, gold.
So this is how he'll say he has found gold. He'll be excited. Read it like that only. What is this? Gold pieces. As I live. Gold,
What
gold.
is this? Gold pieces. As I live. Gold.
He shakes the jar again, more gold pieces fall, dropping the jar in
Merchant.
astonishment. Continue.
1,000 pieces at least. Only the top of the jar was covered with olives. Tonight, when my wife is asleep, I will fill the jar again with
Entirely.
fish,
Entirely.
olives entirely, the with fish, fresh olives. For this slow show, they have they have been disturbed, and I will make up the jar so that one aspect
No
Ali Kojias
one.
himself will know will know
They have been
that
touched.
no one except Ali Kojia himself will know that they have been touched 1,000 pieces at least.
Okay, so this is the scene one. Scene one where there's a merchant Ali Kojia. Before leaving for his hometown, he has for the travel. He has left a jar filled with olives with his friend, and he told him that he should take care of them unless until he returns. Okay. So now the merchant's wife, she told the merchant that she wants to eat olives one day. And the merchant said that, why are you expecting from somewhere from other than we already have a jar of olives with us. But the wife warned him that, this jar belongs to somebody else and we should not break his trust. What if he comes back and he finds out that you have opened the jar and you have eaten the olives? That is so bad. But the merchant said, I don't think if he'll be coming back in so many years and he might be dead also. So there's no problem. We can open it and we'll eat it. So wife went out from that place and she said, I don't want to stay there to see or be the witness of when you'll break your promise. So do whatever you want, but I'm not a part of your this act. And when the merchant opened the jar, he found that the topmost olives they were spoiled. But he thought that what if he'll turn it upside down, maybe he'll find a good ones. But the moment he did that, the gold coins fell out from the jar, and he said that when his wife will be asleep in the night, he'll take out more from the jar. So now we are moving on to the scene two. Now, what is the scene two? That 1 month later on a moonlight, a small court opening, and now it is the open. There's a court scene going on, and who are the characters now? We have Khalif, we have different children who were playing, and then we have a Zion, and Gray Grand Visor is also there. So Khalif, accompanied by his Grand Visor, enters the narrow street upon which the court opens. They are in disguise, appearing as merchants. So now, before this, when Ali Kojia went back to his friend and he asked for the jar, he found that his gold coins were missing from the jar. And he took this petition to the he took this request that is called as petition to the court, to the king. And he said that I left this jar full of gold coins and olives on the top with my merchant friend. But when I went back after so many years, I found that my gold coins are missing. But the merchant is saying, I did not know that the jar was full of gold coins. I thought that it was filled with olives, and I have not touched it. Now, the caliph and the vizier, who were supposed to help the king to take the right judgment, they said that how are they going to find the correct judgment? How will they find out if the merchant was telling the truth or not? So they disguised. Disguised means they dressed up as some merchants, normal people, and they went into the street and they saw some children playing. And what were they acting? Since now the case was spread throughout the city, so even the children, they were enacting the same. And what were they enacting? That one of them was a merchant, one was the Ali Kojia, and how were they giving the judgment? So now let's see Now who will play Khalif? Okay, Saransh will be Khalif. Arjun will be the vizier. And okay, let's have the Khalif and vizier. Anybody else left who is present here who wants to read? Okay, Avni, you will be the vizier. Okay, and who else is left? Arjun,
Yes, ma'am.
you will be the Khalif. Okay, let's continue. Page number 142. Read the dialogues, beta.
Caliphs. Perhaps we may hear some take of his
Talk.
affair and Ali Kochia and the Marhet as he go
Merchant.
through the city
Merchant.
tangent.
Tonight. Arjun, read it properly, beta. Perhaps we may
Okay, ma'am.
hear some talk of this affair of Ali Kojia and the merchant as we go through the city tonight. Yes, Vizier.
Wiser, it is possible, sire. Affair has made a great noise in Baghdad.
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 Okay. Arjun.
Ali Kochia bought a market before the
Brought.
cross. I become
Arjun, careful, beta. Read again. It is brought. Merchant. Kazi. Read the line again.
Ali Kochia bought the
Brought.
brought the
Merchant.
before the
Kazi.
crazy, I believe.
Okay.
Wiser. Yes, he claimed that the merchant had taken from him 1,000 pieces of gold.
Arjun.
Prost, I
Proceed.
would know all.
Proceed.
Priest, I would know all.
So now Khalif is saying, okay, continue speaking. I want to know the entire story. Yes, Vizier.
Wiser. Ali Kojia left with his merchant. So he says a jar in which he had placed his money upon his return, which was yesterday. He went to the merchant having received the jar. He opened it. To his surprise, he found that the gold which he had hidden below a layer of olives was no longer there.
Yes. Arjun.
Yes, that is what Ali Kochia says. That does the merchant say.
Vizier. Beta, be attentive. Vizier, it's your Avni. Unmute yourself.
Sorry, ma'am. Wiser, the merchant, took an oath before the Qazi, saying that he did not know there was money in the jar, and so he could not have taken it.
And the crazy dismissed the merchant, I believe.
No, Arjun. Beta, it is Kazi and it is merchant. Merchant.
Wiser, yes, commander of the faithful, the merchant was
Acquitted.
acquitted.
Okay, children, whenever you are reading, Please don't give unnecessary pause. That will spoil the rhythm of your reading. Okay. So now when you are reading, don't say yes, commander of the faithful. No, it is yes, commander of the faithful. The merchant was acquitted. Yes. Arjun.
This Ali Kochia presented the
A petition. Petition.
petition to me today. And I promised to hear him tomorrow. I wish I knew the truth of the matter so that I could give a just sentence.
Okay. So now they arrive at the court where several children are playing in the moonlight. The Caliph stops to watch them. So now we have Ayush, you will be the first child. Saransh, you will be the second child. Then we have Samar, you will be the third child, and other children. Okay, other children, Avni, you will be the other children. Okay, for meantime. Okay, let's continue. First child, hurry up, fast.
Let us play that the causes is
Kazi.
Kazi is trying the merchant.
Yes, yes.
Third child. Yes, yes.
Other child. Yes, yes.
Let us sit on this bench. I would know that what these children are playing. So they sit but are not seen by the children. First child. Ayush.
Okay. I choose to be the cause.
Kazi.
I choose to be the
Kazi.
officer.
Okay.
I will be Ali Kozia.
Pay attention, Ayush. It is your dialogue.
Okay. Who chose to be the merchant?
Long pause. All the children looked confused.
Come, Zini. You be
Zain.
the merchant.
Zain,
Come,
not
Zain.
I. The part does not please me.
Second.
Would you spoil everything then?
Oh, well, then I'll be the merchant this time.
Officer being in the
Accused.
accused
Accused.
and his
Accuser.
accuser.
Okay, so the one who is blamed is accused. The one who puts the blame is the accuser. The second child presents Zain as the merchant and the third child as Ali Kojia before the Qazi, played by the first child.
All Kozia.
Ali
What
Kozia. Ali Kojia.
Ali Kozia, what charge have you to make against this merchant?
Third children. Sir, when I
Journeyed
journeyed from
Baghdad.
Baghdad 7 years ago, I left with this merchant a jar. Now in this jar, I had put 1,000 pieces of gold and covered them with olives. When I opened the jar, I found that it had been entirely filled with olives, and the gold had disappeared. I beseech your honor that I may not lose so great a sum for money.
Ayush.
Merchant, what have you said to this charge?
I confess that I had the jar in my house, but Ali Kojia found it exactly as he had left it. Did he ever tell me there was gold in the jar? No. He now demands that I pay him 1,000 pieces of gold. I wonder why he does not ask me for diamonds and pearls instead of gold. I will take my oath and that what I say is the truth.
No, not so fast. You take your oath. I would like to see the jar of olives.
Turning to Ali Koji.
Ali Kozia, have you brought the jar?
No, I did not think of that.
Then go and fetch it.
Fetch it.
You thought the jar contained olives all this time.
Okay, Avni, you will be reading the
Contended
dialogues of Zen.
all this time.
Okay, ma'am.
It
So
is your
it is
turn.
the same.
Zain, Avni, this is your dialogue now. Ali Kojia told me.
So it is the same.
No, where are you reading, beta? No, it is there on page number 144. Zain's second dialogue. Ali Kojia told me it contained olives at the first.
Ali Kojia told me it contained olives at the first. I will take an oath that what I say is the truth.
When are not yet
We are.
ready for your oath.
The boy playing Ali Kojia enters. He pretends to set a jar before
We
the
are
Qazi.
not yet. Ali Kozia is the same jar you let with the merchant.
Yes, sir, it is the same.
Merchant, do you confess
Confess.
this jar to be the same?
So it is the same.
To the child who plays the officer.
Confess this jar to be the same.
Yes, ho gaya bache. Next. To the second child who plays the officer. Ayush.
Officer, remove the cover.
The second child pretends to remove the cover.
These are fine olives. Let me take them.
Pretending to eat
They
one
are
olive.
excellent, but I do not think olives that have been kept for 7 years will be so good. Therefore, officer, bring the olives, merchants, and let me hear what their opinion is.
Forward to olive merchants.
Are you the olive merchant?
Yes, sir, we are.
Ma'am, who is boy?
I read the dialogue for the boy, beta.
Tell me how long do olive keep?
Let us take what care we can. They will hardly be worth anything the third year. It is true, for then they will have neither taste nor color.
For if if it be so, look into that jar and tell me how long it is since those olives were put into it.
Both olive merchants pretend to examine the tastes and taste the olives. These olives are new and good.
You are mistaken. Ali Kozia said he put them into the jar 7 years ago.
Okay, children, we might end up with the class within few minutes, within few seconds only. So even if you're left with few sentences, give it a quick read and we'll start with the exercises tomorrow, okay? These olives, sir, they are of this year's growth. There is not a merchant in Baghdad who will not say the same.
Merchant, you stand